Welcome back to the STRIVECast!
Welcome back to the STRIVECast!
Episode
24!
24!
Wow.
24
Yeah!
years old.
24!
24. Remember when you were 24?
Yeah, it was awesome.
You were having a lit time in your 20s, right?
Means we've been doing the STRIVEcast for 6 months.
Wow.
Wow.
We're old, guys.
Yes, we
We're
are.
old.
Yes, we're old.
We should
Old husbands.
do
We should do what?
a big party
Big party.
Big party?
Maybe
Maybe
we
we
do
hit a year.
25.
Yeah.
for 25.
Yeah, or maybe when we've done a full year of the STRIVEcast.
Right.
When did we start? In October?
I think so.
Think so.
Must be 6 more months from now.
It's kind of not. So that's
Yeah.
great. Let's introduce ourselves. Who are you?
I'm Jeff.
Who are you?
I'm Susie.
I'm Pete.
I'm Olivia. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Well, we have just finally wrapped up Strive Rocks
Woo!
weekend.
What a great weekend.
Ooh, yeah!
Well, so thanks to everyone who came and donated and showed up and stayed up all night, helped us clean up,
All of
pack
our
up,
bands and performers and
entertainers,
we couldn't do it
volunteers.
without them. So
Really, thank you so much.
we're still catching up on sleep a little bit, but all worth it in the end. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
thanks for your
Yeah.
support of Strive Rocks.
Thank you so much. How are we doing, guys? Susie's yawning. She's still
She
typing
is
on there.
catching up on sleep.
How you doing, Suze?
Good.
What's new with you?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing? Anything exciting going on in your life you want to tell everyone about?
Well, my life has been pretty awesome, for one.
Yeah.
And the other is I have
You have...
a boyfriend.
Yep.
And I still do.
Great. Just
And
a relationship checkup.
I have the best time of my life last night.
What did you do last night?
Well, we played.
Strive 25.
Strive 25, that's right.
Right.
How was it? Mardi Gras party.
Good.
Was it really fun?
Yes. And I won the first game, and I have a token
Oh,
from last night.
awesome.
It's at my house right now.
Great.
And
Hey, Jeff was there too, right?
wear it.
You didn't wear it. That's okay. Jeff, you were at Strive 25 too last night, right?
Yes.
How'd it go?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. I heard that our guest who's coming in this morning was also with you last night. Who was there? Olivia Mayo, Miss Maine, right?
Meow.
Yes.
You guys excited to chat with her?
Yes, actually, I had fun chatting with her too.
Yeah, you had fun with her last night.
Yes, I
Awesome.
do. And we colored.
You colored some pictures together?
Yes.
Nice.
And on the bottom, I colored
Did you write love, Susie?
Love Susie BFF
BFF, nice.
forever.
Forever.
We should point out too that Susie's in for Noel, who
That's
is
right.
Noel is in sunny Florida.
Disney World.
We have our sources in Florida telling us that he actually had dinner last night at Disney with none other than Snow White herself.
No way!
So-
Oh my God, Susie, watch out! Look at that!
As
Oh
a
my
matter
God,
of
we're looking
fact-
at a picture of it right now.
Picture of Noel and Snow White having some dinner together.
Uh-oh.
So Noel will be back. Noel will be back next week when when our guest is Mike Antonellis from the Portland Sea Dogs, the voice of the Sea Dogs. So that'll be fun. Susie's still recovering from the picture of Noel and Snow White, but
What do you think?
so
No
Not
way.
dating Snow White. I think they just took a picture together.
yeah.
What?
It's all right.
He's my boyfriend.
Yeah, he
Uh-oh.
is. And he had dinner with Snow White. No biggie.
So
It's a friend.
As a friend, exactly.
Good.
Just a
we'll have to ask him about that
Yeah, we'll
next
ask him-
week.
yeah,
So
on the
stay
pod.
tuned to next episode 25 to find out about Noel and Snow White's relationship here on the
Next
STRIVEcast.
week. Breaking news. All right. Well, Jeff, anything going on with you?
Everything's going on with me. Everything's going great.
Good, good. Glad to hear it.
Awesome.
All right.
And I'm going to have Pete here next to me because he's my
Pal? found it.
Big stud dude.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
What am I, chop liver?
No.
Only came to pick you
my
up at your
girl.
apartment this morning.
Oh,
Give you
yes.
a ride, little
Yes.
chauffeur.
You're my
Oh,
girl.
thank you, Sue.
I
Somebody
like
likes
that.
me. All right, well,
I do.
glad we all
We
checked in.
got a lot to do
We got a lot
here.
to do.
Episode 24.
So when we
Yeah.
come back, Jeff will give us a little bio of our guest, Miss Maine, Olivia Mayo. So we'll be right back. All right, and here is Jeff with a little bio for Miss Maine, Olivia Mayo.
Olivia Mayo, Miss Maine, 2018 is
Oh.
from
Mine
Maine, and it
is
is a
current.
current student at the University of Southern Maine. She is studying communication and media
Media studies.
studies, and hopes to someday
Obtain
obtain
a
a
MFA.
MFA in this subject. Olivia hopes to eventually pursue a career in TV or
Television production.
production. Welcome, Miss Maine, Olivia Mayo.
Thanks for coming.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Of course. So we'll start off, Susie. You have the first question this morning, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead, girl.
How and when did you first compete in pageant?
So I've actually only competed in 2 pageants, not including Miss America. The first pageant that I competed in was when I was 16, and it was for the Miss Maine's Outstanding Teen title. And then I actually just competed one time for Miss Maine.
Wow.
I just knew it was my time, and I went for it. I worked really hard, and it all came true.
That's
so
awesome.
it was great.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jeffrey?
What made you decide to
Do pageants.
do pageants?
So something that I've always admired about pageantry, or especially the Miss America program, was the service aspect and the scholarship aspect. I will now be almost paying off all of my student loans from winning Miss Maine and competing at Miss America.
Wow.
It's an incredible opportunity, and service work and community service is something I've done my entire life. So being able to just continue that while also gaining scholarships and while also getting the opportunity to compete at Miss America, it just seemed like something I wanted to do. And I'd always looked up to Miss Maine's. I think that looking up to a Miss Maine it's a really good role model to have. So that was something I've always been motivated to accomplish, and I worked really hard for it, and it kept me in line, and it kept me working hard in school. It kept me, being a good person in general, and it kept me doing community service work. So all around, it just molds you into being a very well-rounded person, and that's always something I've wanted to accomplish, and I did.
Yeah,
so
that's
that was
amazing. What do you think, Sue? It's pretty cool, right?
Oh yeah.
You're next.
What are there 2 Miss Maines in competition?
So there are 2 systems. So there's the Miss USA system, and then there's the Miss America system. And a lot of people in Maine don't necessarily understand the differences between the 2. There are
on that category.
yeah. So it really depends in which path you want to go to. So when it comes to the Miss USA system, it's more about entertainment and modeling, which is great if that's something you want to do, whereas the Miss America program is more about scholarships and service. Those can also be intertwined. However, the reason why I chose to compete for Miss Maine in the Miss America organization was because of the scholarship aspect and the service aspect. Miss America is actually the leading scholarship provider for women in the entire world.
Wow.
So that's something I'm extremely proud of. Yeah. And that navigated me towards that path. However, I also think it's incredible because I love the entertainment business. So I also see why girls compete in the USA system.
Absolutely.
So it really depends on which path you want to take.
Yeah, well, that's a great explanation. So we were wondering.
Yeah, everyone wonders that, and
we never knew. Now
yeah.
I thought it was like the American League and the National League.
Yeah, it's just too, like, it depends on which path you want to take. So they're both great in their own ways.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
I feel you learn something new every day. Jeff?
What is your special talent that you showcase during pageants?
So my talent is singing, something I've done growing up. I was really stuck between choosing to sing or dance. Dancing is something I also did growing up. However, I'm not as limber as I was when I was in high school, so the singing path is what I chose to take, and I'm so glad I did. Competing at Miss America and the 90 seconds that you get of your talent, it was probably one of the best 90 seconds of my life because it was just like all my hard work that I have been, putting together since I was 4 years old.
Wow.
I was able to see it come to life and finally pay off. So definitely hit my peak there.
Yeah, what a great moment.
It was awesome.
Can you tell us a little bit about the national competition?
Yeah.
Miss America.
Yeah.
So you're in Atlantic City, New Jersey for 2.5 weeks. And when you're in Atlantic City, New Jersey to compete for Miss America, you are literally a celebrity.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that, but Atlantic City, New Jersey is the hub of Miss America. It's the home of Miss America. And being there was probably the most incredible 2.5 weeks of my life. And
I didn't realize you were there for that long.
yeah, it's a long time, but you have rehearsals, you have appearances, and you really get to know the girls. And I can honestly say that a lot of the girls will be in my wedding.
Oh,
They'll be at my wedding in the future. We've all said that. We're like, you are the people that I want to be in my life for the rest of my life.
Wow.
So, and a lot of people ask me that. A lot of people say, when you went to Miss America, was everyone like catty and petty? And that is so far from what actually happens. And we're all there to support each other. We were all there when we were homesick or, we were really stressed and exhausted. So you build this relationship with these girls, incredible women from around the country that last a lifetime. Yeah. That was probably my biggest takeaway at Miss America was the lifelong friendships that you make. Mm-hmm. So it's cool. I have a best friend in every state.
Yeah, that's
and I can
so
honestly
cool.
say that. So it's awesome.
Amazing. Very lucky. You're next.
We saw your Miss Maine platform. It's called Love Doesn't Hurt. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Love Doesn't Hurt is a little slogan that I made for my social impact initiative, which you need to have in order to compete at Miss America and in order to compete at Miss Maine. So Love Doesn't Hurt is for domestic violence prevention and awareness. It's something I hold near and dear to my heart, and I've been giving speeches. And one thing that I had planned to do during my year was to really go out in my community, really, push the issue of domestic violence in our state. So, but what I'm finding as my year is coming to an end is the importance of just being a friend to those who either see me on social media or know what I stand for, and having personal conversations with people who need help. So that I didn't realize would come out of my year, but it did, and it's been incredible to actually help people who are in that situation and being that person that people can confide in. It's been great.
That's amazing work. Thank you for doing it.
Of course.
It's really cool. Jeff?
What are you studying in schools and why?
So I am a communications and media studies major. And the reason I am a communications major is because I believe that communication kind of runs our world. And being a good communicator can open so many doors. So that's something I really wanted to excel at. And also with media studies, a lot of people kind of like squint their eyes when I say media studies. But what media studies is, it's basically just a term for film production. And I've always done entertainment on stage. However, my career goal is to do, television production, whether it's on or off camera. And I wanted to learn more about media studies and film production. That way, if my acting career didn't follow through, I would always have that fallback of communications, and also I would know the ins and outs of the entertainment business. That way, because that's what I've dreamed to do.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
That's kind of falls right into our next question, which was,
What do you hope to do in your degree?
with your degree, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I touched upon that a little bit, and what a lot of people don't know about me is that I actually want to either write comedy
Ooh.
or do comedy myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Not necessarily stand up, although that's something I've always dreamed of doing.
Yeah.
But to be in comedy movies or comedy television. Not a lot of people know that. People are like, what?
Breaking news on the STRIVECast.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Jeff, you're up next.
What did you
What did it?
did it feel like when you were
Crowned?
crowned Miss Maine?
So the feeling that I had when I got crowned as Miss Maine, it's something that you really can't prepare for. I'd always thought about what that moment would feel like, and I always thought, don't make a face, don't make a face, don't make a face, and it happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, that moment I lost my breath. All I could see was my family. All I could hear was my family. I couldn't stop thanking the judges. It's an overwhelming feeling, but Miss Maine 2017, Katie Elliott, as she was crowning me, I was so overwhelmed that I couldn't squat down enough. So she was like, scoot down. And I couldn't even hear her. I was just so out. It was such an outer body experience. And for the next 3 hours, 4 hours, I was still in a state of shock.
Wow.
But it was still one of the best feelings ever,
that's
hands
so
down.
Susie, follow up.
Do you ever see a woman with Down syndrome becoming to Miss Maine?
Becoming Miss Maine.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I think that the Miss America organization especially really embodies just women empowerment and what we bring to the world. And I don't think that anyone should be left out of that equation at all. It all matters of what's in your heart. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah.
So if you have that heart and that soul and that willpower to do good, then I absolutely believe that anyone could do it.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
That would be history.
You up for the challenge, Suze?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Jeff, you got the last real
round.
one.
Okay.
Any?
Would you like to give
Sorry, I wrote it wrong.
Any advice
any advice
for any of our listeners?
or any other listeners?
Any advice to any of our listeners? Sorry, I really
That's
didn't
okay.
write that very well.
So a lot of advice that I give, it sounds a little cliche, but it's to always follow your dream. Never let anyone tell you that you can't do anything. And also never let anyone tell you that something's not cool. Because I remember growing up and I would be so involved in community service, and I was probably one of the only kids that did it outside of our school requirements of community service. And I just remember always feeling that kind of backlash and that kind of, oh, cool, you do community service, like I'm going to the football game. But that's something that I believed would shape me, and it did, and it paid off. So never let anyone tell you that you can't do anything, and never let anyone tell you that something isn't cool. Because if you think it's cool and you think you can do it, then you absolutely can.
That's great.
Literally, I always think back to those days where, and I also grew up doing musical theater. Yeah. I was always a theater geek. I was always a theater kid. I was always listening to Broadway musicals, and I was always doing community service. But I was also a basketball player and whatever. But so a lot of people, kind of categorize me in that like theater geek thing. But like, if I had not done theater and if I had listened to what other people had thought about, oh wow, she dresses up to entertain people on stage, interesting. And I've been all kinds of things, whether it was a horse or in Hairspray, but that all paid off, and it paid off at Miss America, and it paid off at Miss Maine. So
look at you now.
Yeah, it's cool to look back and be like, wow, it wasn't that nerdy.
Yeah. So those are all of our formal questions, and then we move into our more fun and exciting round. Guys, what is it time for?
It's time for the All right.
So
I think Jeff is going to kick it off,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You're up, big guy. Ben?
Ben and
Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry.
Or Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Haagen-Dazs.
Definitely Ben & Jerry's and late night snack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite.
Do you have a favorite Ben & Jerry's flavor? Go to?
Late night snack.
Late night snack.
Oh, late night snack. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
Sorry.
Jeff, do you have a favorite Ben & Jerry's flavor?
No.
No. Do you, Susie?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Vanilla and chocolate.
Vanilla and chocolate together. Nice.
Yum.
Fish food.
Fish food.
Fish food.
Swirls.
Next.
Wonder Woman or Catwoman?
Probably Catwoman. I have 3 cats, and I'm obsessed with them.
And a cat too.
Yeah.
Susies?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome.
Love cats.
What's your dream vacation spot?
Definitely Europe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anywhere in particular?
No, I would literally want to travel everywhere. I heard it's cheap to travel around Europe, and there's all kinds of different cultures there.
For sure. Alright. Sus?
Who is your hero and why?
My hero is my grandmother, who I call Meme, and she taught me how to be everything I am today. She taught me how to be kind. She taught me how to work hard. She taught me how to love hard, and she's my whole world. That's for sure.
Awesome. Jeff?
How would you spend $1 million if you
had it today?
If I had $1 million, I would probably give a lot of it to charity. I would take my mom on vacation because she deserves it.
Maybe to Europe.
Yeah, she would love to go to Europe. I know that. She loves Alaska. I'd bring her there. I would probably get a reliable car for me and all my family members, and basically save it, invest, and then help anyone I could along the way.
That's a great answer. Hit a lot of bases there. Susie?
Would you rather be invisible or able to read minds?
That's a tough one. I think I would go with invisible.
Ooh.
That would be, and you really have to go to Walmart for that one thing, and you really don't want to change out of your pajamas. That would be a great time to be invisible.
Yeah, exactly. I'd choose that too. Jeff?
Yeah.
This is in honor maybe of our Olivia.
Who could have
Yay!
written this?
Who?
Why?
Oh, okay, sorry. Why did your
Parents
parents
choose.
choose the name Olivia?
So I was named after Olivia Newton-John.
Were you really?
Yeah. However, when I was born, my name was actually Andrea.
Whoa.
And right before we left the hospital, my dad was like, no, this is not her name. We have to change it.
Wow.
So they changed my birth certificate to Olivia. And he swears to this day it's because of Olivia Newton-John.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Great name.
I was always Andrea
That's so weird.
when my mom was
Just like
pregnant, and then when I was born, and then they were like, no,
No. Something,
it's Olivia.
It was a sign.
Yeah.
Something
It's
happened.
crazy.
Good call.
Yeah. Right?
It's a great name.
Favorite restaurant in Portland?
Ooh, I work at Gritty McDuff's, so I feel like I have to say Gritty
Yeah.
McDuff's. I do love Gritty McDuff's.
Yeah.
I also love flatbread.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of my favorites, but I keep finding more and more.
I know. They keep
Yeah.
arising.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many choices. Well, those were all of our questions that we had written down. Susie or Jeff, do you guys have any lightning round questions you want to ask before we let Miss Maine go? You were having some good ones yesterday at lunch. Some good lightning round
Do you have any
questions.
more?
Do you have any more you want to ask?
What's your favorite hobbies?
Ooh, that's a great question. All that comes to mind is being Miss Maine right
Yeah,
now.
a little busy.
My favorite hobbies would probably be, I like playing pickup basketball here and there.
Ooh, that's fun.
I like to touch up on my skills.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as I was,
All right.
but
Still fun.
yeah, I went to the Y last week. I played basketball for 2 hours, totally lost track of time.
Wow. That's so fun.
Yeah, whenever I can squeeze in any of my hobbies, I try to. So basketball is always my go-to.
Nice.
For
Jeff,
sure.
keep that in mind because you also go to the Y. Maybe you'll see her there.
Ooh.
Play some b-ball.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
let's play some ball, Jeff.
Yes, I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Have a
When's the last time you
question
played basketball?
for you.
Okay,
you have a
Susie.
question,
Yes, I do.
We'll talk about that later.
For her, not for you.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you. I am not against.
Well, how you become Miss Maine or Miss America?
So, in order to become Miss Maine, you have to compete in front of a panel of judges. You have a private interview. You also have to send in your transcripts because scholarships are a huge part of it. You have your onstage talent, your onstage evening wear. So you get to pick any dress that you want and walk around in it. It's pretty fun. And then you have your onstage question. And we used to have bikini, but we no longer have swimsuit. This is the first year in Miss America history. And let me tell you, when we were at Miss America, none of us even thought about it.
Wow.
Literally, everyone on social media was going crazy about us not having swimsuit for the first time. And we were like, what? We don't have swimsuit? What?
Okay.
Yeah, so we were just so like into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have a few, there's only a few competitions, parts of the competition. However, they take up a lot of dedication
Yeah.
and time. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Good question,
The
Susie.
other one.
Oh, another. Sorry.
I know how you change dresses.
You know how she changes dresses? How do you change dresses?
How you
Oh, you're asking
that's
that.
the question?
How do you change
How do you
dresses?
change so quickly?
Well, it
from
sounds
one
like she only
thing
has to
to-
wear one, right?
Oh, how do I change them so quickly? So at Miss Maine, I was on my own when it came to changing my dresses because I had a few changes. But at Miss America, when you compete, you don't have to change too much. However, we have our host moms.
Oh.
So they're moms that take care of us when we're at Miss America. They literally become your second mother, and I didn't believe anyone when they told me that before, but they do. And they are back there ready to unzip you, and they have your dresses ready, and you just step into them. And so at Miss Maine, you're more on your own, but now I'm really good at zipping all of my clothes because I can always reach because I'm a pro at it now.
Yeah, you are.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good questions,
Yeah.
Susie.
That was really good. Off the cuff. Well, I think that's all we have. Thank you so much for coming on the STRIVECast. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having
In the
me.
pictures.
And we'll take a picture after.
This is so fun. I love it here. This is great.
Well, we'll see you soon. We'll be right back.
The STRIVECast is brought to you by
Joe's Chicken Sandwich.
Joe's Chicken Sandwich.
Everybody's favorite sandwich
Everybody's-
is Joe's Chicken Sandwich.
Favorite sandwich shop. Thanks for all the support to Joe's Sandwiches. Can't wait to see what sandwich we will talk about next week.
I'm enjoying a Joe's Chicken Sandwich with my friend Jeff right now.
I'm so glad. It's great to share with friends, great to share with family. Joe's Sandwiches, great for
That's
everyone.
right.
They also do catering.
Yes, it came
Give them a
in.
call.
Give them a call.
And we could do this for your business, but you have to give us a call, and then we will set you up with a package that will work for you. So shoot us an email at strivecast@pslstrive.org,
That sounds
or give us a call, and we will work with your budget. And you will be just as happy as Joe's Chicken Sandwiches.
Chicken Sandwiches.
All right, we will be right back. All right, we're back, and it's time for the
Question of the week.
of the week. So this week's question, Miss Maine, Olivia Mayo, talked a lot about being a good role model. Oh, sorry, I did not want to cut your song off, Susan. Okay. So our question our question of the week this week is, what would be your pageant talent? Olivia's was singing. Jeff, what would your pageant talent be?
So many to choose from.
So many.
Pick one.
Fixing floorboards.
Fixing the floorboards. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Like putting nails in solid wood.
I've never seen you do that. I've known you for 20 years.
Ever seen
I know. I used to do stuff like that with my dad.
Oh, good. Well, that would be a unique pageant talent.
Very
Yeah.
unique.
Fixing the floorboards. Maybe you could do that at Strive Idol this year for Strive 25.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
Okay.
Susie?
Yeah, if he could help.
is
Singing
singing and dancing.
Singing and
Singing and
dancing.
dancing.
Great choice.
Just like Olivia.
Just like Olivia.
Oh, nice.
Pete, what would your talent be?
Skipping rocks.
Good.
Keeping locks.
Might be hard
Come
to.
on.
Little known fact that I'm quite good at it.
That's a great fun fact.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, this has been.
Wait, whoa. What's yours?
Yeah, Liv, come
I don't
on.
really have any secret talents.
Yes, you do.
Fixing the floorboards. I don't know. Maybe ice skating, I guess. That's something I'm good at.
Ice skating.
Does that work for
Okay.
you? Does that answer the question? You're snapping in my face like I didn't answer the question. Does that work? Ice skating?
How about you, Whit?
Yeah.
How about me? I don't know. I didn't have a lot of time to think.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Well, you think then, Ryan? How about you?
What's
What would
your
yours be?
talent?
Over to our engineer Ryan.
Well, really talented with computers and
There you go.
technology.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of computer jokes from you too.
Yes.
So maybe you could do some computer IT jokes. Would be pretty funny. Those are my favorite.
Other than dad jokes.
So what has keys,
Yes.
shifts, and locks?
Ooh.
What?
A keyboard.
Oh! Alright. So there's Ryan's and Whit. Back to you.
I don't know, guys.
Come on, Whit.
me.
Oh, come on, Whit. Come on.
I
Arts and
like
crafts.
Arts and crafts.
I would say also for you being very organized.
Oh,
Yeah, you could help organize people's.
how would you showcase that?
Well, you
The same way you would show skipping stones, ice skating, fixing
fixing
floorboards.
Susie and Ryan are the ones with the real pageant.
talent.
I'll do organization.
Yeah. We organized that whole office over at Central. We'll talk about it later. Okay. Well, that has been question of the week, and thanks, and we'll be right back. The STRIVEcast is brought to you by listeners.
Just like you.
Listeners just like you.
So we
Thank
are
you, listeners.
Thank you, listeners. We're introducing a new listeners like you feature, which is folks who have made financial contributions to the STRIVEcast, and if you would like to do that, you can do so by making a donation at PSLStrive.org and clicking on donate. So this week we'd like to make a big shout out to listeners like Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
From Joe's
Thank you, Joe.
who made a contribution
Joe,
to the
too.
STRIVEcast. So if you'd like to be thanked, shouted out, etc. by our team here on the STRIVEcast, you can click on donate at PSLStrive.org and we will give you a big shout out.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
We'll be right back. All right, we are back and it's time for Words
Of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. No theme song because no Noel this
Yeah.
week. So
Words of
we're going to get
wisdom.
right into it. Our producer is cracking the whip.
Producer says go. So the Words of Wisdom theme this week is, Olivia, Miss Maine, talked a lot about how she became a really good role model through doing Miss America and through becoming Miss Maine. So the Words of Wisdom segment is how can we be good role models in society? Susie, what does it mean to be a good role model? How can you do that?
Well, think like possible.
Mm-hmm.
One, and sit up straight.
Sit up straight, good posture. That's a good one.
Good posture. And
We are all sitting up very straight.
Yeah.
No one can see it,
Yeah.
but we are all
We all
adjusted our
shut
posture.
up.
Jeff is sitting up very
Let
straight.
Ew.
by that, Olivia, which is next to me,
Yeah.
almost slapped my arm.
About what?
You almost did, girl.
I almost did. Cut
Yes.
this out. Okay, well, how else can you be a good role model?
And
Jeff and I are sitting up very straight.
Yeah.
good posture.
All right, good posture.
And
Last one.
keep your smile right on your face.
You know who else has good posture and a really nice smile?
Who?
A beautiful smile. Snow White.
Don't say her name!
Snow White.
So, anyway, Jeff, how can you be a good role model other than good posture?
A good role model. I get mine from Pete. Because Pete always tells me to stand straight, and
When have I ever told you to stand up straight?
he always has a beautiful smile.
So, Pete is a good role model.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good role model for me because he keeps me awake.
You know what? Sometimes you keep me awake at night too.
Jeff, you have a goddaughter, right?
Yes, I
Are
do.
you a good role model for her?
Yes, I am.
How do you
Oh,
do
boy.
that? What do you do to be a good role
Oh,
model
boy.
for her?
I help her to be a little more friendly.
Oh.
Friendly.
Who helps you to be a little more
Yeah,
friendly?
someone could help you.
Actually, Emery, but
Oh, snap.
Three words of wisdom.
oh, close that.
Another shout out to Anne Marie Brown. That would be Pete's wife, and we will be right back. All right, it is time to.
Wrap it up! Wrap it up! Wrap it up!
It is time to wrap it up.
Wrap
For
it
the
up!
love of
Wrap
God.
it up! Wrap it up! Wrap it up! Wrap it up! Wrap it up!
Okay.
Oh,
Everybody.
fighting. We have really gone off the rails this episode. Wow, thank you so much to Olivia Mayo, Miss Maine, for coming on the STRIVEcast and for volunteering at Strive Rocks.
And for volunteering at Strive.
Exactly. So thank you so much to her. Thank you so much to Susie for filling in for Noel again. You've done a great job as always.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Shout out to Whitney, our producer, keeping us on the rails as we can try to be. Ryan for putting it all together, and of course for coming on this side of the table.
Give us an awesome computer joke.
Great joke this episode. Thank you. Thanks to Joe for listening and for being a financial sponsor.
It's delicious chicken sandwiches. Jeff and I have eaten 3 of them during this
Okay.
episode.
I'm glad they're that delicious. And that's about all we got for this episode 24. Next one is the Big 25, so we'll make it even bigger and better.
Yeah, a special guest, Mike Antonellis, who's the voice of the Portland Sea Dogs, so that should be fun. And then coming up, we've got Dylan Volk, who is a comedian with autism. And we have Jessica Connolly, who's a meteorologist at WCSH News Center, Maine. So that should be good, as well as lots of other great and interesting guests. And if you have guest ideas for us, please shoot us an email or give us a call at strivecast@pslstrive.org, and we'll do our best to get them on the STRIVEcast, as we hope to be here for another 24 episodes.
Please.
At least.
Please and thanks. Okay, well, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good one. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye!
You're welcome.
Please share.
You know, man.